In this episode, we're going to do lettuce. Now these are leftover seeds from what we've done before. So these are the Tom Thumb lettuce, which means that it should be pretty simple to look after. Why do I always say that and then regret it after? So a little lettuce is ideal for pots and small spaces, ideal for spring or summer sowing, which is exactly what we're going to do. Cut heads can keep up for 2 weeks in the fridge. Now, my mum told me that if you just take the outer edge of the lettuce, like once it's growing, and it looks edible, you can take the outer edges and it will just grow back. And it's continuous until, obviously, it goes out of season. So that's probably what I'll end up doing. A compact, solid butterhead type with deliciously soft leaves, just right for small families or restricted space, which is exactly what we're trying to prove here with these videos. This can be grown as close as 15 centimetres apart and makes a useful early crop in the cold frame or cloches. Fast growing, from an early spring sowing, it will be the first variety to harvest. Growing instructions. Thin seedlings to 20 centimetres apart when large enough to handle. Water well during dry periods. That's obvious, isn't it? Already got a pot full of compost, so it's literally just dropping in a seed. Here it is. This is it here. Literally just topped it up the other day and I forgot to plant anything, so it's all ready to go. So because we've done them before, this is already opened. But the great thing about these is that we've got until 2025, so we've got a year on these to date. Look at this. This is Amy's preparation of keeping everything safe in the packet. It's brilliant, isn't it? Come here, little seeds. Now I think it's just one seed in order to grow. Oh god, that's many. But you can see how tiny they are. And these actually look different from every other seed that I've had so far. I'd say they're quite similar to the carrot seeds, actually. But because they're quite small, what I'll do is I'm going to do a hole there and a hole there and see if we can grow 2 small ones in one pot. So I want to be very careful with this. I've only got one seed here in the pot. And then we'll do the other one in the other hole. So I'll do 2 seeds just in case one doesn't germinate. So we know that there's 3 seeds in total in this pot. There we are. That's it. That's as simple as it gets. Now I'm going to pop these straight back in because I've got way too many here in my hand. Ooh. One little escapee. Oh no. I think that went in the hole anyway. Okay, not to worry then. I think we've got 2 in here and 2 in here, so that's not a problem. We'll just neatly pack this back up as Amy had it before. Like that. And then we'll just cover the holes in, just like so. And that's it, the lettuce is done. So it's one of the simplest ones that you'll see on the channel. And now for a water. And there we have it. And because I'm so prepped with this one, I have already written the label out. Now what? I know what we can do. We can do the shallots. Now these are ones that I found in the cupboard, okay? And what I did is I put them in little shot glasses with a tiny bit of water because there was only a tiny bit of growth on them when I first found them in the cupboard. But they were already growing from a shallot, or a shallot if you're in the USA. And what I did, I've put it in water to see if it would grow any roots. And guess what? It has, which is fantastic news. So what we're going to do, pop them in a pot and see what they do. Now I did some research on Google, and when I looked at them to basically see if I could grow a shallot from a shallot, it said yes you can, you absolutely can, but what it does, it eventually produces a flower. Now I don't know if you've seen my previous episodes, but I showed some onions that I grew from an onion that I had already used in a shepherd's pie. It started sprouting in the fridge, so I thought, well, to hell with it, I'll put it in the ground, see what happens. So I ended up putting it in some compost, and well, I'll show you the result right now if you haven't seen the previous episode. But this here is them. This is the onion. As you can see, the onion heads on the top here. As you can see, it is starting to produce some sort of flower head on the top here. But what I've been told is that this now will create a flower head and it won't create an onion underneath. Or if it does create an onion, it will taste a little bit weird. But that's not going to be a problem here. So what I am going to do is I'm going to let it flower, and once the flower head has produced its flower, what it does, it has a pod full of seeds. So I'm going to be saving the seeds from them and hopefully grow onions from the seeds that it produces. And at least then we know that we've got something from it, which is fantastic news. So look forward to that coming to the channel. Anyway, going back to the shallot. So apparently these do exactly the same thing, but when they flower, it's not a problem because apparently it just creates another shallot, unlike the onion. Even though it's like the similar type of family, isn't it? I think so. This one's not as impressive, but it is doing its little thing, doing its job. So yeah, let's pop them in a pot. It's just started raining, so I have to make this quick. So we've got the Westlands again, and what we'll do, we'll pop some compost in here, and then we'll add in the shallots. Beautiful. This compost actually feels quite warm. Guess it's been in the sun, which is fantastic. It's dried it out. Nothing worse than wet compost. Actually, nothing worse than wet Westlands compost with twigs in. Beautiful. Another one. Now what we've got here is the 2 shot glasses with the shallots inside. What I'm going to do is take these out and then plant them in. Look at the root on that. I'm getting a bit closer now. And that's the shallots done. Time for a water. Just like that. Beautiful. In a label, good to go. So these are the shallots from the cupboard. So now they're going to go in the greenhouse. Hopefully they'll grow slightly bigger than what they already are, which is fantastic. And then what we're going to do now, just as a little bonus, I'm going to pot on the shallots that I already have because I bought some, because I didn't realise that that was happening in the cupboard. That's nature for you. So these are the ones that I bought back along. These are Matador F1 shallots, which is basically a really good brand apparently, so I was told. Either that or they were trying to get rid of old stock and they sold that to me as the best one. I hope not. I hope it is actually the best one. But let's have a look at the label and see what it says, because other than looking at the ones that I've just potted on, I don't know anything about these. Reddish brown shallot, very uniform with excellent skin and storage quality. Plant them 20 centimeters apart. They take about 20 weeks to grow, and when you're cooking with them, you can combine them with olive oil, balsamic vinegar, rosemary, and thyme. Marinate meat. There we are. Fantastic. Let's pop those on. So what we'll do is the same principle. We'll just add some compost into a pot and then see where we go from there. Might go for a large pot. This one almost looks too big. Is that too big? I guess if we want a reasonable crop, we're going to want a reasonable big pot, aren't we? I don't know. I think that might be too big. Yeah, I think that's too big. I'm going to find a smaller one. Here we go. Here's a smaller one. So what we'll do, same thing, fill it with compost, and then we'll put the plants in. Beautiful. Now we'll take the shallots and try and prize them out as carefully as we can, because I think they're in one big group. Yeah, they're not coming easy. Wow, look at the roots on these. That's crazy, isn't it? It looks like they're quite deep rooted. Hopefully this pot will be big enough now. I'm almost doubting myself. So what I've had to do is bend them round in the pot. I'm almost regretting my my pot decision. That's a bit better. Oh god, I'm not sure on that now. Tell you what, this has been the one thing that I've potted up so far that I've been really not happy with. Just looks a bit straggly, doesn't it? Is that normal? I really hope that's normal, because if it isn't, I'm getting quite concerned at this. The thing is, the tray, just check this out. The tray itself, as you can see, it has 3 different compartments, but they're still growing into each other regardless because the compartments aren't separate enough. I'm really not happy about this. If everyone else is happy with this, then comment yes. If you're not happy with it, tell me that I'm a friggin' idiot for doing this in a small pot, because I'm not sure on this. Even the stems at the bottom, they look a little bit cramped, but that is how they grew anyway. Anyway, I better water it and see what they do, I guess. Oh, my watering can's empty. If you get anything from this content, make sure you like and subscribe, because it really helps this channel. And also, if you feel like I'm doing anything wrong, or you feel like you want to egg me on and say, yeah, keep going, Dean, you're doing great, then make sure that you comment down below and give me that necessary back patting, because I'm a little bit concerned about how everything's turning out so far. I have to gently water them, because if I water from the top, I'm really concerned. Oh, you see? Some of those have gone floppy already. And normally I write a label, but I'm going to just put the original label in, because it doesn't matter when they were dated. So now all I've got to pot on is the strawberries, and everything is just left to his own devices. How exciting. If you didn't catch the last update video, I did that last time, so make sure you check that out to see how everything's getting on. If you want to continue to see what's going on behind the scenes of me looking after all of the mess ups and all of the slug mess and all of that, because there's bound to be insects that come along. Actually, I'll just show you these here to hang up in the greenhouse, which is 10 flying insect catchers. So hopefully this should stop anything getting stuck in the greenhouse and nibbling away at my crop. That is not a euphemism. These are poison free. You can use them indoors or outdoors. They're environmentally friendly. It does say that. Due to its adhesive layer attracting indoor and outdoor flying insects without the need for harmful insecticides. Now that's exactly what we want. Thanks for watching. If you got anything from this, like and subscribe, and hopefully see you on the channel very, very soon in the next video, which will be potting on the strawberries. God, I feel like that was a really good day's work. Thanks for watching.